The laying on of hands is a method of receiving divine healing from God. Let's go look at an example of this in Mark chapter 5. We're going to start with verses 22 and 23, and then we're going to jump down a little further to see the conclusion of what happens in this story. The 22nd verse reads like this: "And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him as Jesus, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live." Now notice, this man of God this individual saw Jesus laying hands on people and saw that when he laid hands on people, people were miraculously healed. He came and told Jesus what would happen if he came and laid his hands on his little daughter. Well, let's go on down a little bit further to the 35th verse, and let's see the conclusion of this. "When he yet spoke, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further?" As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said unto Jairus, the ruler of the synagogue, "Be not afraid, only believe." And he suffered no man to follow him, except Peter, James, and John, the brother James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and see the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, Why make you this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but she sleeps. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entered in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by hand and said unto her, Talitha cumi, which is being interpreted, Damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years, and they were astonished with great astonishment. Now, what did Jesus do? When this man came and asked him to come and lay hands on his daughter and she'll live, he didn't know that there was going to be a delay in Jesus coming directly to his house. This is why we skip down some verses to see the conclusion. And we found out that after Jesus was delayed while another situation was happening, people came from Jairus' house and said, listen, you might as well leave Jesus alone. She's dead. What did Jesus do when he heard that she had passed away? He turned to the Father. He turned to Jairus and said, don't you be afraid. Only believe. Believe what? Believe what you said when you came and asked me to lay hands on your daughter and she would be healed and she'd live. Well, what happened? Jesus got there, kicked everybody out that was not in a place of faith, and he took only the mother and the father and those three, James, John, and Peter in. And what did he do? Exactly what the Father said. He took her by the hand. He laid his hands on her and told her to arise. And she was not only healed, but miraculously raised up from the dead. Somebody say, signs and wonders, follow the word.